Welcome back. If you haven't seen my videos before, I'm Russ, the Oliver Man. And here we have our auction find 1355 at home. And I have tried calling the museum like 15 times today to try to get that build card, and they're busy. So that really is hard to wait. It's the same feeling you get when you got to go to the bathroom real bad, and the closer you get, the worse it gets, kind of that way. So in the meantime, I've attempted removing silver paint, which is proving to be quite the difficult task because, oh, you can see it, this silver paint apparently is put on there with some kind of magical property that makes it stay, different than any other silver paint I've ever used, because when I paint silver, it usually flakes right off. But now that I want it to come off, it won't. So I'm going to have to think on that. I'd really like to pull some of this off and see if there's remnants of the sticker underneath, but I have a feeling that they did too good a job on this part of the tractor. There might be something under there, but I just have a feeling that there ain't no sticker left, which is unfortunate. And it's also odd because like here, there's remnants of the sticker, which I would say was the certified horsepower sticker. They probably were still putting that on in 1970. Yeah, so you can see red paint behind the serial number tag and just all over the tractor. And I just have a hard time believing that it would be badged as a cockshut with an Oliver serial number tag, red paint under it. So I don't know, but it could be. We got to get the build card is what I'm saying. But the more immediate need is we want to be able to get to work on it. See, at the auction, I tried to turn it over. I could not budge it by hand. The auctioneer and I shoved this on the trailer with another tractor, and I chained down the front and I didn't chain down the back, kind of on purpose, hoping that what happened would happen. And that was, I left it in gear, and by the time I got home, it had rocked back and forth enough that it was all the way against the front of the trailer and the engine turns over. So I've tried to kind of make a revolution, but I can't really get a good pry bar in there to go around. I tried to hook up the starter, and I don't have the right kind of battery handy, and the cable situation is a disaster. The original cable's hanging down to the ground, and they put very light duty cables. When I jumped across the two terminals here, all I could do is get the starter to spin, and I could not get any engagement. But I'd like to do that so I could hear the thing turn over, you know. Key switch, it's stuck, which isn't a big deal because I still have that other key switch I bought for the other tractor and didn't end up using. So if I can dissect the dash here, I can probably slap that key switch in and at least get it where maybe we could use the stuff it's supposed to have to go. This is coming right around. This was also stuck, but so was the one on the 1365. It was the same way, but the more you used it, the better it got. So I think that's going to be the plan. But first order of business is this loader's got to go. It's in the way. I can do nothing with it in there. I got the hoses disconnected. I worked on getting pins loose, and all was well except this pin over here, which fought me to the end, and I finally got it pulled out. It was stuck in the end of that cylinder, and I managed to get it out of there. So I think we're going to take another loader tractor and do a loader delete, and hopefully we can get this off of here without causing a whole heap of damage to anything. Yeah. This loader will be for sale, so if you need a loader for a little tractor, you can make this whatever you want. I do not have the bucket that came with it, but I have a bucket that I'll give you with it if you are interested. Maybe I can recoup some of my money that I invested in this project, but anyway, I'll get this off of here. Some old man that was at the sale thought this was a Bush Hog brand loader, but we'll never know because there's a place that there would have been a tag I saw, and it's not there anymore. So, but that could be what this is. I don't know. So maybe you have a loader like this and you need one. But anyway, we'll get this out of here. And then we'll work on stripping the bottom part of the loader off, which I think is bolted up there. And then it may be only one bolt in the back of each axle. So it may not be difficult to get this off, but we know how that goes. So we'll get started. I'll try to set you down on something here. I don't know what. I guess I'll just hook my chain around here and try to remove it. We'll see. We'll come up with something. Come on, John. The trick is not to run into the tractor, because we don't want to make more work for ourselves. Let's try that. Our rim's getting better. Oh. Poor decision. That is not good. Why wouldn't that work? This is going to be full of regret, I can almost promise you, as it slams into the sheet metal and ruins everything. Okay, so we're going to do the right thing and leave it here in the way where we're going to be sure to have to move it several more times. But that gives us more of an idea what we're working with here. So now we'll probably have to start disconnecting some hoses here, I would think. Maybe on the other side, because most of the hoses will stay here. And we will need to disconnect that suction line and the pressure line, because it has the pump on the back again, just like the other one did. And we'll have to delete that before we get it running, but that's going to be a long ways away. Our mystery fluid is down in there. So what you're going to want to do is just stick your hand down in without understanding what it is. Feels like automatic transmission fluid. Probably some of the old Marvel mystery oil. So we're gonna have to vac that out before we do anything so we can get a look at what our condition actually is. But it does, in fact, that one has kind of a ridge in it of junk where it was probably stuck. But otherwise, they don't feel out of the ordinary. Like there's not a big problem. I do feel something odd in here, other than leaves. The piston appears to have like a hole in the center with a lip. We might walk over to the other engine and see if that's the way that's made. You know what would be a good thing to do first? Is to get this oil off of our hand. I tried some of the Sprayway brand of graffiti remover, which is the same type of stuff that I've used on school buses before, but it is not tough enough to take off this silver paint. It must be made of kryptonite or something. But like I said, we'll get back to that. Oh, 1365 engine. Yeah, it kind of has those holes in it too, but interesting design. Okay, so next, I would say we want to take the hoses off this cylinder, and then we'll take the bolts loose out of the front, and then the two out of the back, and then we should have a total loader delete. So I'll go get some tools, and we'll get working on that. All right, I took the bolts out of the back, and that dropped this down a bunch. So now everything's in a nice bind, which will be great later. But that's fine. I also noticed that is adjustable. So you probably could put this on any brand tractor you wanted. So remember that when you want to buy a loader. Come here to Honest Ross's Loader Sales, where I'll sell you stuff that I didn't want for just a fraction of the price of what I paid for the whole thing. So, lines. This is what we're after now. I can tell you right now, I didn't bring enough stuff. Unless the adjustable will fit inside of this. Because that is a teeny tiny little size there. Maybe it'll work. Oh yeah. Maybe whilst we're ahead, we should try to break the other one loose. And then... oh, I can't believe it. I think it's gonna work. We got her loose there. And my old brain just had a revelation, believe it or not. And that is, I wonder if these cylinders would fit on the 550. Because it only has one-way cylinders. And if these would fit, then we'd have two-way cylinders. So that may be worth investigating before I get rid of this loader just yet, but we'll see. Maybe I should just sell this loader and buy new cylinders. I don't know. We'll get it off of here, and then we'll see what happens. The old can't get her loose. Alright. Now, if we take these two bolts out, that whole side should be loose. Let's see what happens. Sure. Careful. This is where bad things happen. That was almost a bad thing. You can't see that, but it almost hit me. That's fine. Didn't expect it to go that way. Sure. One. Okay. That was a little treacherous, not gonna lie. But it's okay. Now we'll do the same treatment to this side. We'll take the cylinder off first. We'll figure out how to get all those hoses loose. I bet a Sawzall will get those hoses loose. Okay, now this side is altogether different because we got two adapters, an adapter on an adapter, which is just the best strategy if you can. Let's see, righty tighty, lefty loosey. Come on, Lucy. Boy, that's not easy to turn yet. Let's go the other one again, so we don't celebrate too soon. Okay, it's gonna work. Good deal. Yep. Okay, wrenches, let's all fall down. We need to take... No, we don't. We can leave these on there. We need to take this one loose. And we need to take that hose loose. But do we need to take them loose here? Or do we need to take them loose here? Probably take that one loose there. This one, can we get to it here? I don't think so. Would be nice to get them out of the way totally, but it's smaller than that. So let's see here. Can this go in there? That would go there. Will this go in there? Yeah. Kind of, sort of. Okay. So we need to pull. Oh, come on. Yep, okay. Well, this is uncomfortable. Ah. Come on. There. Come on. We're just having technical difficulties. Never mind. Boys, why is that so tight? Jeez. I'm gonna get on the ground. Maybe I can kick it. That always works, right? I don't know. Maybe. There. Just took a little bit of creative engineering. Maybe. We still didn't get it. Okay. That's loose. We'll get that hose loose. I think. We'll just slide it off of this elbow thing. It's my plan anyway. Unless it'd be easier just to cut it. But once we do that, we should be able to take the front bolts loose and take the whole assembly out like we did the other side. We do need to make sure we tuck our wiring up under here, because we don't want to catch it on our way out. That's supposed to go up in the grill. See, I know a lot now. After just having done one, I am much more prepared to tackle such a project than if I would have just come into this blind. So, screwdriver, I guess, is my next tool I need to acquire to get that hose off, and then take these loose, and then do that with the other side. All right, so while I was gone, the camera got too hot. That's always cute when it does that. But I got that hose loose. So I think we're ready to take these loose and just watch this thing fall to the ground and just almost injure us. We don't want to hurt our bucket. Buckets are a valuable commodity. So, guess we'll mount you in this range. Can you see? Yeah. We'll see what happens here. But I bet it'll be disastrous. Come on. Don't even need a wrench when it's in a bind like that. Sure. Hey, cool. Self-dismounting loader. That actually worked pretty darn good. It swung out of the way, kind of. Ooh, that is heavy and wedged under there now. Because this side is on the ground, dummy. Okay. This side has an oil tank in it. So duh. Loader, delete. Tractor in the open. Now we can see what we're working with. We're working with this kind of operation where people just put a new one on and let the old one hang. That's the kind of stuff we like, right? I mean, excellent. Boy, oh boy. Wouldn't it be nice if we could just somehow magically peel all the paint off and reveal what's underneath? But I'm afraid they did too good a job on the part I need to see. See, there I see some primer. And I'm betting they sanded to get that sticker off that would have said what I want it to say. I don't know. It's just hard to tell. But anyway. Oh, I see we're missing. Were we missing that ahead of time, or did we lose that on the way home? Our fuel filtre. Luckily, I know a guy who just worked on a 1365 and has a bunch of extra parts. And I think it's all the extra parts that we need for this. It didn't have any manifolds on it. I got those. It didn't have this then. I have that. I think we have a chance of making something take place here. Somebody on this tractor, I see, has done something very... That line was a pain in the behind to get on there, so they made them... they brazed an adapter to this end of the line and that end of the line and connected a hose in between. I'm not going to say that that's stupid. I mean, that it works, but it's kind of conflicting here with your brake pedals. So we'll have to make that more better if we should end up saving this. Although we both know that it's shaping up more and more like we're going to save this just because I don't have a 1355. I have a 1365. So, yeah, that's probably going to happen. This makes me remember that I never put that clamp and spacer on the 1365, I don't think. Maybe I did. I found it. I found the spacer on the old block, maybe. I'm going to have to check and see if I ever did that. But we don't have injection lines, it looks like, which I have those too from the other motor, so no big deal there. What's this? Ooh, our lifting eye for our head. Well, I'll lay that aside. I think, just from what I glean looking at this, that this tractor's had a different motor put in it. Which is a good thing, because the tractor has 9,500 hours on it, remember? So a newer motor means better shape, probably, possibly. And the reason that I say that is because the rest of the tractor, there is no hint of green on. It's only red. And the block, you can tell, was green underneath. So, yeah. It also consequently has no oil in it, I don't think. Nah, none. So, the next thing that makes me wonder is there a drain plug in it? Or did somebody... Well, they put it back if they... Oh, they've had the whole little pan off. which means we probably need to go in there too and make sure it doesn't have the thrust bearing of death. Although, who knows, you know? Here's where we wanted to get to. I couldn't get to with the loader. And it'd probably be good if I had a pry bar that was actually, you know, an American size instead of this tiny little thing I have here. But another thing I'm wondering, I want to get to this hole here, see? To see if I have forward backward play. I don't think I do. I really don't. I kind of looked at that the other day. Of course, it was harder to tell with being stuck. Dang it. I need more pry bar than what I brought. And I don't think I have anything close by. Maybe this. Yeah, you can tell it's... We need to pause what we're doing and clean up the cylinder walls first before we do something we regret. That clutch is also super duper rusty. I bet if it does run, we're gonna have to split it in order to sort that deal out. I don't trust the rustiness. Don't trust the rust. I don't know. I wish there was more better ways to get in there, but there's just not. Just not any good way in there, is there? But at least we're not stuck. If it was stuck, that would pretty well send this sucker to the garbage heap. I mean, that would just be it. It just wouldn't be necessarily worth it. I guess the other one wasn't worth it either, but it was sold here and I wanted to fix it, so. Although this one's kind of growing on me, so I don't know. I'm thinking that even if it doesn't turn out to be what I want it to be, I might paint it that way anyway, just because it looks neat. But I don't want to pull one over on anybody, so I'm kind of hesitant about that. But I could make sure that it's documented that it wasn't really what it is if I do that. There's so many little things, though, that I could learn from this that I wish I had to do the other one, you know? This valve here, where the fuel line goes through, same place I put the fuel line through, but they got her at a little different angle. I still think I'm probably more correct. This is why this is so long, if it came out this way. Huh. That's... Oh, the things you see. Look at that. They've adapted down to 1/8" pipe thread, looks like, and used a Ford brake light or oil pressure switch, so that's interesting. Still got the Fiat alternator on it, but check out that red paint. Man, just peel that off and get to what's underneath there. See what it looks like. Certainly would have a story to tell. I'm about to fall asleep, I think, but I think before we go, let's have a gander at the head, which was sitting on top, and it had the injectors in it. Oh, darn. I bet I really screwed the pooch on that. Sure enough did. I think those injectors are toast. Took it off and had the head rebuilt and put it back on. I call baloney on that. I just don't think that to me looks like we had a head redone. I might be full of myself, but it just looks pretty darn rough. I mean, I believe that maybe he took it loose and was going to have the head redone. The injectors are garbage though. You can see the tips are smashed on a couple of them. That could have been my fault. Could have been the guy before me. So we're gonna have to get these injectors out. I don't think the injectors on the 1365 head are any better. They were stuck and I worked and worked. So this is gonna be our biggest this is gonna be our biggest hurdle probably coming up. Is it's gonna need some work, and I don't know why, you know, there must be something I can't see as to why we thought we needed the head redone. So that'll be our project. Strip that down, take it into our guy. Should we wish to pursue it, we would like to first make sure that this is in fact the red, white, and blue one, I think, before we proceed. But you know, maybe not. Maybe we want to just go ahead and go for it, because 1355, you know, we don't have one of those. So I guess that's where we'll go from here. I guess we might as well finish our loader dismount and get rid of this bracket here. I'll get a socket that fits that. What did I do with them? Oh, there we go. There they are. This may be a fail, but oh, that's not even tight. No wonder this was probably working so well. It's not that one. This is gonna be another Mickey Mouse setup. Not even close. Nope. Well, that's gonna work dandy. Jeez. What's the guy do? Heat them up, cut them off, get a 12-foot bar on them. They ain't coming out of there. They ain't coming out. Man, this ridiculous thing is in my way. Shoot. Really wanted that to come off of there. What size have we got here? Inch and an 1/8. Let's quickly go grab 3/4 drive tools. Okay, we'll round out our bad decision making here with some 3/4 drive tools. That ain't even gonna budge. Why? You're gonna try. What's gonna happen is it's gonna fall to the ground. Well, what's happening? Yep, that's what I figured. Oh, and you're mounted to it too, so whenever it finally does let loose, you're gonna hit the ground like a sack of bricks. Now, that ain't gonna work. Gonna go over here and pull up, because that's always easier, right? Oh, jeez! Oh, come on. Go. That one twisted off. Good, 2 for 2. There's going to be one of them. There's going to be one that fights us to the death, and it won't twist off. Just watch. Let's go this route. get this over with. We know what's gonna happen. Is this the one that's gonna fight us all the way? I would have guessed the next one because it's longer. Nope, there, that one's off. One more to fail. There. Failure, 100%. At least we know our success rate. We are consistent. Well, we certainly transformed this little feller today. We got her back out in the open where she can be appreciated for the first time in years. So we will come back and do some more work on this. I'll try to gather up some necessary supplies. I don't know. I've got, I think, everything that's missing on it, I think I already have. So other than maybe the cover that goes over that hole. But we'll clean up the cylinder walls and get that where we can spin her over with the starter. Then we'll figure out what type of head situation we want to get ourselves. And then we'll come back to working on the tractor after that. And yeah, keep going. Because it just makes you wonder. I just want to peel that silver off and look underneath for just a minute. So hopefully the museum will answer soon and I can get the answer to what I want to know. So until then, I guess we'll call this a video. As always, if you enjoy my videos, give them a thumbs up. That helps out the channel and it doesn't cost you anything. Leave a comment. Tell me that you liked it or tell me that you hated it. Tell me I'm a moron. I really don't care, but anything that you say helps us out too. So thank you again, as always, for watching, and I will see you in the next one.